How's it going, everybody? Well, here's the list. As you can see, everything is done. There's a lot of stuff I had to do. This video is mainly I put the quick 4 with a 4L80 with an Oldsmobile motor, obviously. But I did a bunch of other stuff too. I had to do and go over and check, have things done. But it's all done. I took it for a ride. Everything seems okay. No problems. Right now I'm just playing with the firmness of the the firmness of the shifts, and the shift points. I'm narrowing it down. I took it for a couple rides, and everything seemed to be okay. No problems. The system was actually a quick 4 made by US Shift. It's, the quick 4. It's pretty easy setup to put in. It's not bad. It's not really hard at all. As for any problems wiring it in, no, I didn't have any problems wiring it in. Everything seems to be doing okay. I did have to order this here. They do sell it. It's for the TPS, because I have the fuel injection, and but they recommend, obviously, you use that, which I am. But it all went together. It's all doing good. Shift points are getting better for me. Yeah, it's really easy to do. Only one issue I am having with the system, the quick 4, and guy's gonna get back to me. He says he never heard of the issue, and I just want to make sure everything's all right. As you see, I still gotta clean up, put all that back and everything and whatnot. This is it's in here. There's the control, the module, ECU, whatever you want to call it, of the quick 4. And then it comes with this here, where you can put it. I should have grabbed the keys and show you guys. Oh, Lord. But yeah, I got everything done on it, and took it for a few rides. Like I said, everything worked out good, no problem. You know, just like I said, playing with the shift points. And what else? It's really that was really it. That's really all I had to do. Oh, sorry, I hit it. Okay. So, okay, sorry about that, guys and gals, everybody. When I say guys, I mean everybody. I'm just talking in general, people. This is the only other thing. I'll show you this. Well, I'm going to get errors right now because I have this one of the switches off. But that's what it would look like. Oh, can't even see it. That's what it would look like right there. Except for that flashing arrow in the middle. That it wouldn't be there if I turned on one of my switches. And the thing is right now it's fine. In just sitting here with the key on in the on position, everything's fine. Everything goes to the correct screen. When I run the car at idle, it doesn't matter. It could be, at idle or driving. That screen goes it goes a little haywire. The numbers ain't correct. Like whatever lettering or whatever numbering and all that you've seen there. It's not correct. It's like it was the neutral, the indicator that you know that you're actually in neutral is backwards. The N is backwards. That's the only way I can explain it. And then the numbers and lettering looks a little jumbled. It's not stable, if you will. So he's gonna get to me on that, and hopefully it's. I don't know. I don't see it being the display unit because it's working fine. And then when it's I'm hoping it's not the module or whatever the hell they're calling it in the system, in that whole thing, because then I gotta wait for them to send me another one. But other than that, if with everything, otherwise it does everything perfectly fine. It just doesn't allow me to sit there and that display. You can make changes right there, right as you're cruising along or whatever. Go to park, you can put it in park, pull off to the side, park it somewhere. Makes whatever changes you want, which would probably be better, it's safer that way. So I'm trying to look at that screen. But I can't because the screen goes blank too. It'll shut off, and I check to make sure that there's a hide screen, I guess, or hide display. That's not it. I got that set and everything right and everything and whatnot. So just trying to figure out what I have to do is I have to basically go and pull in a gas station or something, shut the car off, turn the key just on to the on position, and make whatever settings I need to make, whatever I feel like I need to change it. Okay, whatever. Start the car, lock it all in, and then start the car, take it for a ride, see how it feels, see what I think. Like I said, I took it for a few rides, and I am getting there. It's getting better and better each time as I do it. So everything is working in the system. It's just that screen is not working properly. So that's the only bad thing I guess you could say out of it. I got the 4L80. Mine's for the 4, or I should say mine's for the 4L80E. As for the trans, putting it in really wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I mean, I had to move my cross member back. My cross member is not a stock cross member. It's let's call it it's more of a homemade jobber. With some round pipe and everything. But it works really good. And all I had to do was move that back couple inches. I can't remember exactly how many from my 400 short tail. And the dry shaft. Well, I guess that would. Well, the dry shaft I did have. Obviously, had to have that shortened as well. For my car, it was like 48 and 5/8 center to center, but that's for my car now. Torque converter, no problem, bolted up, everything lined up. I have my other motor over there in the corner. I use that motor for my mock-up and everything. I pulled that motor out, mocked everything up, got everything where I needed it and everything and whatnot. Made sure everything was all good. Then put the trans up in there. Took some measurements for where my lines are going to be and everything, so I can make sure I got good clearance and everything. And I was good and everything. I did have to whammo on one spot a little bit because the banjo fittings that I had gotten, everybody says to use the banjo fittings because they're a little bit tighter to trans, I used those. It kept leaking. You know, so I was like, all right, I had to switch over. Got the regular ones in. I was able to get it all. Of course, changed the trans pan gasket while I had it out and everything. Well, piece of junk rubber trans pan gasket. You know, now it leaks. So I'll be changing that, but that's not a big issue. I put a what is that, Durrell cooler, trans cooler with the fan on it, and then got that in there. A bunch of list of stuff, like I still got to vacuum the car too. That's another thing I got to do. You see all this stuff. Some of the things like the tires, I didn't get them. I don't know. I really like my tires I got, and I don't feel like spending the money on more tires, to be honest with you. You know, like the exhaust that was rubbing on the driver's side, but that was when I had lowered the car down a little bit. But I fixed it anyways. I kept the car lowered and I fixed it. And then I brought the car back to where it was. I don't remember if I put QA1s on the front, adjustables. Bex already had them. I got QA1s on the front now. And I got QA1 up this way. QA1 control arms now, upper and lower. And then just, you know, did those. Still got to get in alignment. I took it for a ride. Like I said, I took it for a couple rides, and I could feel it pulling a little bit. You know, and this is basically just things I wanted to fix. You know, the battery cable, clean the fuel filter, and you know, just whatever little things I did. Or felt like I needed to do and wanted to do. So it was a little list. Like I said, the system wasn't bad at all. It was really, you know, pretty easy to do. They give you plenty of wire for routing, at least for in my case. I had plenty, and I came all the way over. You know, plugs are all on the driver's side. I came over to trans, and then right there, there's some, you know, the other set is for something else. It's for the Vitec and whatnot. And then you got right there, and I still actually want to clean that. I gotta fix this right here still. That little wire hanging out, and then get my plug back on. And then that was it. It ran here, ran into the car. Yeah, runs into the car. And there's also some other wires that run, actually only one. No, it's long. It's long enough. You can see that green wire down in there. That green wire, that runs over to here, over to the Vitec, and it's inside here. And that's for the signal. And like I said, all the wires go in. They come in. And you can see how much more extra I still have. I guess I gotta fix that all, you know, and then get all that tucked away. It'll sit behind my kick panel. And you see how much more extra wire I still have. And there's, you know, there's still a good amount of wire left there. So that would have went pretty far. And then you got this little wire here, plugs in. This is the one that plugs in for this here. You know, and that just runs through, boom, and I can run that. I still actually have enough to run it all the way up over there where I might use it on where my speedometer is. Because my speedometer doesn't work now because it's mechanical. And I actually kind of was trying to find the hookup for that, to where I can hook that in. hook my regular mechanical and still hook up the output speed sensor on the 4L80. I gotta look into it, find one. So everything, like I said, now everything is still good. It's got the 4L80. Everything's okay, except for it's got that leak. The transpan leaks, which I got to change. The gasket, brand new gasket, and it's already in its junk. I mean, that's some rubber ones. They're garbage. I got to get another one like this style, I think. The regular hard one. The better ones, them are better. And fix that gasket leak. Find out what's going on with my display thingy. That's it. I mean, and actually I can get into the car and stay in it as it shifts. Before I couldn't with the 400. It wasn't the 400, and which I've been over the 400 was not. It's right there. You can barely see that thing. There was nothing. There's nothing wrong with it. And there was nothing special about it. It was just a good used trans. That's it. I just wanted to be able to drive my car after I blew the third, possibly fourth gear on the 700. I put the 400 in there just so I could drive the car, but I couldn't get in. It beat on it or nothing, especially at a shift. It wouldn't even let it shift. It was just blowing. It was boosting into it, I guess, or whatever, blowing too much boost in there or something. That's my theory. The reason I say that is because when I was in third gear, I can hit it and it would be fine. So, and it wasn't a manual shift. That would have solved the problem, yes. Manual valve body. But anyways, everything's good on it, except for those two things. The system, I like it. At first, it took a minute for me to get used to that screen because it is small. That screen is not very big. And it took a minute for me to kind of get used to it, and now I'm a little more used. It's only been a couple times I looked at it, a few times, played with it a little bit, and I'm starting to understand it a little bit more. So one thing is, it being small, yes, I can put it right where my actual speedometer is on my car, and it'll fit right up in there. And I have a couple other ones of those, of the glass that I can, or plastic, the lens, there you go. The lens, because they give you a double sticky or a Velcro or something, if you want to Velcro it to something. So I could do it to that, and I ain't worried about the lens, because I got more lenses. But it'll be nice to have it right there. So, like I said, the shift firmness, I'm playing with it. I gotten it a lot better. I'm only going up a little bit at a time, just to see. I don't know how the system is, so I'm only going up, 10% more or something like that on that 10 more, and just to see where it gets and if I like what I'm feeling. And other than that, then there is, so this one's done. As you know, that one over there, my green one, I love that car. I like this one too. This is going to be my drive. I'm going to drive it a lot more than the green one. And I don't know if I know I have a video on this, but I don't remember if I put it out there. 75 Herstol's W30 car. It's W30. Fender. Kind of redoing everything on it. There's inner liners, wheel well, inner wheel wells. It's pretty much almost all done. And, the engine compartment and stuff. This is not mine. This is a buddy of mine's car. It's actually just a guy that owns the black one that I did a video on. After we get this done, he gonna do whatever he's gonna do. You know, good deal, guy. You know, have at it. It's been here all winter. Weather's getting better finally. It's been here all winter. We ain't been in a hurry to get it done. You know, I told him I ain't gonna be getting in a hurry because there's no sense with the car. Why would I worry about getting it done in the wintertime? The car would still be sitting here, so you don't have to drive it in the winter. So now obviously the weather's much better and everything's good. Nice car. I mean, you know, it's got a lot of its normal issues, but it's got some cool features to it. Like he's got the economy gauge, fuel economy gauge on there, the factory one. That is so cool. He drove it here. He's had it for about a year. Me and him went and picked it up about a year ago, give or take, and maybe even a little longer. But it just was sitting, and then I finally had time to get it in my garage and start doing it, tearing it apart and everything, and getting it back to looking pretty. And and we drove it here, which is from his house, a good hour away, and drove fine, no problems. I mean, he had brakes, everything ran fine. So now we're just, we took it all apart and everything, putting it back together. We only did, he didn't want to get too much into the engine, so he's worried about all these problems with the new cams, all that stuff. So he didn't want to do all that, so we just did a regasket, timing chain. I think he did rockers. I think we did all new rockers on it too. Yeah, new rockers and bridges. Other than that, that's all we really did with the motor beside, and then obviously repaint and all that clean stuff. Be nice though. It'll be nice, to have. So yeah, I guess that's everything, guys. Like I said, 76 Cutlass, Olds 455 with the 4L80. And quick 4 US shift quick 4 controller. They are pricey. That's a Gen 2. I don't know if they even have any more Gen 1s. You could probably find Gen 1s. Actually, there's a guy on Marketplace. He's got a Gen 1, but he had it in a Ford, and I don't know if all that will work. I don't know. I already had ordered mine anyways. But the Gen 2, from what I can tell and gather or figure, is the Gen 2 comes with the display, the little hand display thingy. Otherwise, the display is on the bigger box. So that's how I see it, and that's it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the video. I hope it was somewhat entertaining. It was more just rambling, I guess. I don't know how many more videos I'm going to be doing on this one, because, unless I decide to change something. But anyways, thanks for watching the videos, guys. If you guys have seen any of the other ones, appreciate it. And that's it. You guys all have a good one, and take care.